So what you mean to say is,
Please, Lord.
it was love that led into arrangement of marriage,
Yes, it was under the
and not
pressure.
arranged marriage that led into love.
There are so many chats to show that they were in love before marriage.
Chats,
WhatsApp chats.
We have also WhatsApp chats pertaining to the same yards.
chats versus chats. Yes. But what do you say about this photograph?
Yet again, I was clear victim for the cruelty and harassment, wherein they used to harass me both physically and mentally, your lords. It is relevant to assume, your lords, if a person who can assault me when I was pregnant, he has also assaulted me various times, your lords.
Oh, presumption.
Yes, your lords. It's relevant to presume, your lords. It is clearly admitting that he has done so.
What, you're feeling sleepy from that time?
No, Lord. My eyes were burning. That's
Eyes are burning. Because of the story. Flashback. Huh? Yes.
My permission.
No. You will argue till the cows come back. Yes. It can be
petitioner.
a foundation for a soap opera.
No, your lords. This is the actual that has happened factually. Sadly, this is what have happened, your lords. He's in a very good condition, your lords.
This is very good condition.
This is no, your lords. That they have
How did this condition improve?
your lords. This is
Because
the
of the
miracle that
marriage.
we have brought.
Because of the marriage.
And secondly, your lords, the concept of love marriage they have brought. All this are pictured into this repetition to get a misleading this honorable court, your lords.
No, your picture is also fine. What is the present status of the father-in-law?
Lord, recently he has also undergone open heart surgery. Lord, he is under
Yes.
498A. Lord, husband, father, and mother, Lord, are before your
Husband is
lordship.
here.
Lord, because it was a love marriage, Lord, he's.
So husband is here.
Lord, generally, Lord, the love marriages, Lord, take place like, Lord, they like each other much prior to the marriage, and Lord, in the mindset that they want to marry with each other. Nothing else in their mind, Lord.
So according to you, nothing, everything
as such, yes.
Nothing fades away.
No, Lord, so far as the allegation of dowry is concerned, Lord, on that count.
Love marriage or dowry ralam.
Yes. Now, Lord,
The lords permit me.
in that context, Lord, the petitioner and the respondent number 2, husband and wife,
Torture will be there.
Lord, there was no, in fact, no torture also, minor discord. Lord, that was, Lord, that led her to, Lord, pressurize the husband to leave the house or leave the parents and, Lord, make a separate house, for which he refused because of the medical requirement of the father.
What
Lord,
happened?
Kindly see page 65, Lord, for a moment. Lord,
What is this?
he is the father of the petitioner, yeah.
He's undergoing some test or he's like this only?
He is like this since more than. Now, Lord, please see. This is of 2021. Marriage is of 22. Lord, and vague allegations, Lord, raised in the complaint against such person that he peeps into the room, that he peeps into the room when she is sitting alone. Lord, he hardly walks.
If the lords permit me.
Now, this shows, Lord, how exaggerated and omnibus allegations are raised, only to harass. Why? Because husband did not wanted to leave this parent because he has to take care of him.
Yes, sir.
Your lords, the allegations that have been made by the petitioners herein are all brought up into this criminal petition, your lords. In the way there was a domestic violence case that's been going on before the learned magistrate. They themselves have admitted that the said marriage is an arranged marriage. And regards to the concept that they're bringing that it's a love marriage, I would like your lords may.
Where has he admitted, sir?
Maybe he is misreading that marriage was arranged in a simple ceremony, not an arranged marriage. Nevertheless,
so what you mean to say is,
please, Lord.
It was love that led into arrangement of marriage.
Yes, it was under the pressure.
And not arranged marriage that led into love.
There are so many chats to show that they were in love before marriage.
Chats.
WhatsApp chats. We have also WhatsApp chats pertaining to the same, your lords.
Chats versus chats. Yes. But what do you say about this photograph?
Your lords, pertaining to the photograph, that's what if your lords permit me, I'll state all the events in a chronological manner, which will help me assist the court to cast away the clouds that have been casted by the petitioners, your lords. I just seek a 5 minutes time, your lords.
No problem. We'll hear till it is cast away.
The main issue that's been raised by the petitioner in the petition is that we have not followed the due procedure while registering a complaint against the petitioner under the section 498A, your lords. In regards to which, I'll just state the chronological aspects. What has happened till now? 21/1/2022, the marriage between the petitioner was solemnized. Prior to the said marriage, the petitioners have clearly stated that they wanted to have a lavish engagement ceremony, because of which the widow mother of the petitioner, respondent number 2, has complied with that demand and further also paid a sum of rupees 15 lakhs along with the additional jewelry. Soon after their marriage, the petitioner, on the instigation of the petitioner number 2 and 3, had started taunting the respondent number 2, wherein he has stopped her from pursuing her final year MSc. Studies, your lords. Later on, they even took the forceful possession of all the articles that were there in the petitioners of the respondent number 2. Thereafter, on 16/4/2022, the petitioner, the respondent number 2 got to know that she was conceived. The respondent number 2, thinking that as she was conceived, this would create a hope for her that the petitioners and the family members would revise from their behavior. Yet again, I was clear a victim for the cruelty and harassment, wherein they used to harass me both physically and mentally, Your Lords. In regards to that, they are not even concerned about the unborn child that is still I have conceived, Your Lords. In regards to that, Your Lords may take my statement of objection. Your
You
Lords.
narrate the stories.
Thereafter, in the petition number 1, in order to avoid his legal responsibility, has called my mother, the widow mother, wherein my family it fully consists of me, my widow mother, and my younger sister. I have no male member in the family. Have called my mother, stated that he has no interest to bear any expense towards the child or me. So he has clearly asked my mother to come pick me up and take care of all the delivery. He is least bothered about it. When my mother had come, when my widow mother had come before the husband, he started making a ruckus, Your Lords. He started abusing me. Even he assaulted me in front of my mother and this sister, Your Lords, the family members. Thereafter, when I had returned back to my mother's family, the petitioners nor the family members have even looked or bothered to check about my well-being. They have completely deserted me. I have made various attempts to contact them. They have not even bothered, Your Lords. Thereafter, on 10/7/2022, the father of the petitioner, that is the petitioner number 2, Your Lords, had called me, stated that if I wish to recohabit with the petitioner, then I have to bring all my original documents, including the Nikanama, all my other marriage certificate, PAN card, and also demanded additional jewelry, Your Lords. If I'm able to comply with this demand, then itself I can come and recohabit. Me, with the hope, I went again to the house of the petitioner, wherein the petitioners, that is the petitioner number 2 and 3, on the instigation, forcefully took the possession of the additional jewelry that I was having in. Also got this affected into the writing by forcing me, Your Lords. Thereafter, I was allowed to stay at the petitioner's house. On 12/7/2022, when the issues were getting out of the hand, the uncle, who also happens to be the good friend of my mother and also the good friend of the petitioners, tried to mediate the said issue. When the said issue was tried to resolve, the petitioner, number 1, taking it on his ego, started harassing me, wherein he clearly stated that he wanted all the jewelry, including the mahar that was given to me, which is already in his custody. There is a clear way he has demanded for all the jewelry. When I was not able to comply the same, he started assaulting me in front of everyone, Your Lords. In order to avoid this aggression for my sake and for my unborn child, I had to immediately leave the petitioner's house. Immediately, the Hoysala, which was on the patrol, had intervened and inquired about the said incident.
Patrol.
Yes, Your Lords, on the patrolling.
Patrol. Petrol.
Thereafter, they have immediately shifted me to, based on my condition that I have been assaulted, they have immediately shifted me to a nearby hospital. The wound certificate is there, Your Lords, and the requisition, Your Lords. I've also included the copy in the statement of objection, Your Lords.
ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು.
Thereafter, Your Lords, I've included the document number R2 and 3, Your
You are
Lords.
the husband.
R2 and 3, Your Lords.
Huh?
The document number R2 and 3, Lords. Every allegations that I've made is being supported by the evidence, Your Lords. My statement of objection, Your Lords. The wound certificate I've included, it will determine the amount of assault that have been, Your Lords. Later on, based on the said MLC was launched, Your Lords, and an NCR was registered. The NCR will play a very critical role why the case should be subjected to trial, Your Lords. If Your Lords permit me, there's an undertaking that was given by the petitioners in the NCR, Your Lords. Page number 22, Your Lords, R3 document, please, Your Lords. It's a very critical, Your Lords.
Critical.
Yes, Your Lords. In this, they have clearly stated that there was a fight between.
It's better you interpret than read.
Please.
Yes.
In this, there is a clear this one, Your Lords, wherein due to the fight that has been occurred between the petitioner number 2, petitioner number 3, and the grandmother of the petitioner number 1, the husband, even though he's having the knowledge that the wife is pregnant, has assaulted her in a manner wherein he has slapped her and she has fallen, Your Lords.
Are you related to the complainant?
Yes, Your Lords.
You.
I am sorry, please.
You as an advocate.
Please, Your Lords.
You're related to the complainant.
No, Your Lords. So here, there's a clear interpretation wherein at the instigation of the petitioner number 2 and 3, the petitioner number 1 has assaulted the respondent number 2 for not compliance, Your Lords. In this 3, I'll just point at 3 major aspects in related to, Your Lords. First thing, the petitioners have agreed that they have assaulted the petitioner respondent number 2. Second thing, it was on the instigation of the petitioner number 2 and 3. Thirdly, he was having the knowledge that the respondent number 2, that is me, I was pregnant at that time.
Hmm.
It is relevant to assume, your lords, if a person who can assault me when I was pregnant, he has also assaulted me various times, your lords.
Oh, presumption.
Yes, your lords. It's relevant to presume, your lords. It is clearly admitting that he has done so. Thereafter, in the said complaint, they themselves come forward, stated that they would revise from their behavior in order to avoid these further complications. We never said that we want to separate residence, your lords.
All right.
They themselves were the one who brought this concept.
When are you coming to the climax?
Your lords, it's a very lengthy, your lords.
Very lengthy.
Yes, your lords.
ಇದು OTT lo ಓಡಲ್ಲ.
Your lords, I've been supported by each and the allegations that is being made. It is very much subject to 498.
It's too lengthy even for an OTT.
Your lords, the complaint itself is around 18 pages, your lords.
18 pages.
Yes, your lords, 17 to 18. That is, we have detailedly written everything, your lords. Supported by each and every allegation is supported by.
Every allegation.
Yes, your lords. It's supported by evidences, your lords. The reason why it is subjected to trial.
What, you're feeling sleepy from that time?
No, no, Lord. My eyes were burning. That's
Eyes are burning. Because of the story. Flashback. Huh? Yes.
My permission.
No, no. You will argue till the cows come back. Yes.
I would I would file the relevant portion of the.
Complainant is here, is it, in the court?
No, your lords.
No. ಏನಿಲ್ಲ.
No, your lords. She was present, your lords. All this 2 to 3 days. After
It can
5 days,
it can be a foundation for soap opera.
No, your lords. This is the actual that has happened factually. Sadly, this is what have happened, your lords.
Husband, yes.
please, please.
There are wound certificates. Will not.
I can see.
Your lords, the petition number 2 and 3, we have the
Sir,
call
father-in-law.
recording wherein the.
Father-in-law.
Yes, your lords. Father-in-law
ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್
on
father?
21/6. Father-in-law himself has called and demanded for the dowry, your lords. If I'm not complying with the
What is
dowry,
the father-in-law?
yeah, that is the previous condition. I have the photos wherein the father-in-law is healthy and walking in the marriage, in the other ceremonies, and even recently what has happened, your lords. I'll file that all the photos there, your lords.
ಎಲ್ಲ.
Yes, your lords. I'll file it. He's in a very good condition, your lords.
This is very good condition.
This is no, your lords. That they have
How did this condition improve?
your lords. This is
Because
the
of the
miracle that
marriage.
we have brought. Your
Because of the marriage.
lords. And secondly, your lords, the concept of love marriage they have brought. All this are pictured into this repetition to get misleading this honorable court, your lords.
No, your picture is also fine. Husband, no sir.
Please, I can see to that.
Your lord, permit me. I'll just make out the case in respect of petition number 2 and 3.
No,
lords.
there is nothing that I will permit father-in-law and mother-in-law to satisfy your egos. that,
Lords, I've been harassed, your lords. I have evidence,
Exactly.
your lords.
क्योंकि सास भी कभी बहुत ही ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ.
No, your lords. I've been this one, your lords. I've been harassed and I have the evidence, your lords. They have assaulted me, your lords.
That I will not permit.
If your lords permit me, I'll come with the list
Father-
of authorities and
List of assault.
authorities, your lords.
Authorities. ಕೊಡಿ ಈಗಲೇ.
If you permit me, I have the evidences wherein I've been.
Don't have
The call
authority.
recording is there, your lords.
If you
wherein
don't have authority now, take my authority. I will dispose it right away.
your lords, a humble prayer, your lords. By next day,
No, no, you have spent so much on narrating the story.
your lords, there is yet to it, your lords.
Production should begin.
No, your lords, there is yet to it, your lords.
You, what is against the mother-in-law? Yes.
Nothing, Lord, nothing.
Now you come.
Lord, the allegation, Lord, in the complaint, Lord, she held her by her hair once,
ಯಾರ್ mother-in-law?
mother-in-law.
ಆಯ್ತು ಆಮೇಲೆ
That's all, Lord, nothing as such vague.
held her by her hair ಅಂದ್ರೆ
And Lord,
pulled her.
pulled her, yes.
How old is the mother-in-law?
Lord, she is 52 years.
Entry ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಲ್ಲ?
Only in respect of A2, my Lord,
That is the father-in-law.
father-in-law.
Rightly so. We'll allow it also like that. Mother-in-law ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಹೇಳಿ?
Mother-in-law, she has abused me, your lords.
No.
We have the call recording, everything, your lords.
All recording.
Yes, your lords. The call recording.
abuse ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Yes, your lords. We have pertaining to also the documents that
ಎಲ್ಲ
father-in-law
divorce
has.
proceedings correct ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, not for 498.
Your lords, there is a clear demand, your lords, that has been made. The father-in-law and mother-in-law, the key players have instigated the petition number 1, your lords.
What is the present status of the father-in-law?
Lord, recently he has also undergone open heart surgery. Lord, he is under,
Yes. Will permit proceedings against the husband and not against the other two. The petitioner is before this court. Petitioners, Phil Mill and husband of accused number, respondent number 2 complainant are before this court calling in question proceedings in so and so. The marriage between the accused number 1, the first petitioner and the complainant takes place on what date? Nil anta ಬರ್ದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ date ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ?
Written, your lords. 21.
21/1/2022. It transpires that the relationship between the two appears to have floundered immediately thereafter, which gave rise to several dispute between the two. One such dispute leads to registration of a complaint before the jurisdictional police Filing of the charge sheet is what has driven the petitioners to this court in the subject petition. The learned counsel appearing for the petitioner would submit that several allegations in the lengthy complaint and the statement of the complainant is made against the father, who is bedridden and is not even in a position to walk, for which he has produced a photograph of the father. The other, insofar as the mother-in-law is concerned, it is his submission that there are only omnibus statements of torture on the demand of dowry by the mother-in-law. Insofar as the husband is concerned, the learned counsel would admit that there are allegations which also led to assault and In these circumstances, the counsel for the petitioner would submit that proceedings against the accused number 2 and 3, the father-in-law and mother-in-law, in the least be quashed. Per contra, the counsel for the complainant would vehemently refute the submission, taking this court through the complaint in its entirety, demonstrating every overt or non-overt act by these petitioners in the story twined in the complaint. The learned counsel would submit that the father-in-law is hale and healthy and is in a position to walk everywhere and has been torturing the daughter-in-law. The learned counsel would contend that mother-in-law and the husband have all meted out such torture, which would become the ingredients of section 498A on the face of it. The learned HCGP would, though refute the submissions of the counsel for the petitioner, would on perusal at the summary of the charge sheet submit that statements are there against the 3, but they are omnibus. I have given my so-and-so. Therefore, narrated facts are not in dispute. The marriage that takes place on 17/1/2022 soon results in the registration of the crime on 17/8/2022 for the offences so alleged. The reason is several skirmishes between the husband and the wife. The learned counsel for the petitioner seeks to project that it was a love marriage and dowry cannot be demanded, but the complainant seeks to project that it was an arranged marriage and not a love marriage. These would be in the realm of evidence before the concerned court. What has driven the petitioners to this court is the filing of the charge sheet. What led to investigation was the complaint. The complaint runs into 18 pages. For 7 months of life with the husband and the in-laws, a 18-page complaint is narrated with regard to every day's happening between the husband and the wife or any kind of skirmish. Therefore, I deem it appropriate to notice the summary of the charge sheet, which is filed after the investigation based upon the complaint. It reads as follows, page 47. A perusal at the summary of the charge sheet would indicate only omnibus statements made by the petitioners, omnibus allegations made by against the petitioners by the prosecution. As perusal at the statements that led to filing of the charge sheet would further indicate the fact that against the husband there are offences of assault, and in support of assault there are wound certificates appended to the charge sheet. Therefore, the husband appears to have meted out torture upon the second respondent wife, be it a demand of dowry or otherwise. Therefore, the husband shall have to undergo further proceedings before the concerned court. Insofar as the father-in-law and mother-in-law, the state of the father-in-law is such that he is unable to walk, not merely because of the photograph that is produced, but the medical documents that are appended to the petition. In this state, it is highly improbable that the allegations made by the daughter-in-law against the father-in-law is even sustainable, even to its semblance. Therefore, permitting further proceedings against the father-in-law would run foul of the plethora of judgments rendered by the apex court. Same goes with the mother-in-law. Only one instance is narrated in the complaint, which does not form a part of the charge sheet after investigation. Statements are glorified by the wife against the husband and the in-laws, while the glorification is sustainable only against the husband. The father-in-law and mother-in-law, if permitted to undergo trial, would run foul of the judgment of the apex court in the case of Kashkan Kaushar versus so-and-so 2022 SSC Online SC page 162. Therefore, permitting further proceedings against the husband accused number 1 - petitioner number 1, the proceedings against accused number 2 and 3, Phil and Mill, stand quashed.
Great.